The blind man returned home, but behind him hung a pair of bare feet. He tried hard to cheer up his wife, but suddenly his toes touched something. He reached out to feel and was instantly startled. The enormous change was too much for him to accept, and his frantic struggles and howls could no longer bring her back. As his wife was in the depths of grief, the mayor came to the door. It turned out that the culprit who had violated his wife was the mayor's brother. The mayor's visit this time was not to apologize but to threaten them from a position of power. Even if his brother ran amok, he would resolutely protect him, and even insulted Mike's wife again before leaving. Mike thought of more important things and had no time for anger. When he returned home, he had clearly felt his wife's suicide note, so he fumbled back to the bedside, searching anxiously. Finally, he found a silk scarf under the bed, and beside it was his wife's will. His wife had thought that giving up the lawsuit would allow them to return to a peaceful life, but who knew that the beast's atrocities would descend upon them again, even brazenly threatening his wife that they would come every week. Rather than live and suffer endless torment, she chose to end her life. Mike, touching the will, was already trembling with anger. He was grief-stricken and simply could not accept it, so he went to the police station to try and talk to the chief. The officer again gave him the runaround, saying the chief was out, but based on the smell alone, he determined the chief was still there. This time, he did not come to file a report but to drop a few harsh words in front of the chief. Since he could not obtain justice, he no longer pinned his hopes on the police but would seek revenge himself. The officers did not take him seriously at all. He was just a blind man. How much of a storm could he stir up? With their contemptuous gazes, he turned and left with aplomb. From that moment on, he had become the god of vengeance. Mike's first stop was the bar where the murderer hung out. He threw down a glass ball, quickly estimated the height, and then fumbled around, familiarizing himself with the surroundings. But just then, the murderer rushed over, and he could only hide behind a cabinet, taking the opportunity to record the voices of the two men. Then he went to the mayor's speech venue and played the recording again. His greatest weapons were his voice and his brain. Using different voices, he called people related to the murderer, impersonating the mayor's brother. He arranged to meet the accomplice at the bar. Only when the other party got close did they discover that it was Mike waiting for them. The bad guy was not afraid of this blind man and decisively threatened him. Who knew that Mike would directly turn off the lights, and the surroundings were instantly plunged into darkness. Mike instantly took the initiative. His every move would make a sound. At that moment, he suddenly turned on the electric light, and the situation was instantly reversed. For the sake of revenge, he ignored the pain and rushed up desperately, grabbing the villain tightly, pushing him to the edge of the podium, and strangling his neck with a rope.